Hello ladies and welcome back to my channel. I am still trying to figure out how I want to create these videos for you guys, and I said I want to share more of my lifestyle, which I definitely want to do, but I'm still trying to figure out how to do this in a way that's going to work for me. So at the moment I'm just randomly, sporadically picking up the camera, I say camera, my phone, when I can, and pressing play, and yeah, I will just take you with me wherever I'm going if I'm doing something interesting. But I thought I'd pick it up today because I am off to see the Nutcracker. So I'm very excited about that because it's my favourite ballet to watch, especially at Christmas time. And I'm trying to do as many festive things as possible because here in Spain, I think you have to kind of make an extra effort for it to feel festive because it doesn't have the same kind of Christmassy vibes as that you get in the UK. It's pretty sunny, it's quite warm, they do have decorations and actually really pretty lights, and a lot of the shops are decorated lovely, but it just doesn't have the same sort of Christmassy vibe. So I am on a mission to do as many festive things as possible in the run up to Christmas. So I'm taking my eldest daughter, Rafaela, we actually call her Rafi. I'm taking her to see the Nutcracker. My mum is over at the moment visiting, so she will be coming with us. And we are going with one of my friends, a girl called Christina, who is from Germany. I met her when I moved here. And she has a daughter, Olivia, who's a little bit older than Rafi, but they play super nice together. So we're all going together to see the Nutcracker. I will share a few clips of the event itself, and then the plan for afterwards is to go and check out some of the Christmas lights in the Marbella Old Town, go to a place called Orange Square, which is a square filled with orange trees, and we will grab something to eat there. Ladies, so quick catch up. I had an absolutely beautiful night at the Nutcracker, and then that was on the Friday, and then on the Saturday we just had a really chilled day at home. I was absolutely exhausted from the week that had just gone with having family visiting and doing all of these festive events. I felt like I was getting Christmas fatigue. My husband was laughing at me because he said, how can you have Christmas fatigue? We're not even like midway through December yet. So yeah, I just needed to have a very chilled Saturday. My daughter goes horse riding on a Saturday and I normally go as well to go and watch her. But I decided to stay at home with the smaller ones. And yeah, we did like arts and crafts and baked cookies, and yeah, it was just very cozy, chilled day at home. And then the plan was to have an early night, but I ended up watching the Oppenheimer, and I didn't realise how long that film was going to be. So I ended up falling asleep on the sofa and waking up we all did actually, and waking up at midnight. So yeah, anyway, today we are having a dinner party for our friends. So they're going to come over, hence why I am dressed in this little number. Let me see if I can it's like a green velvet. It's a long dress, very festive. And yeah, I mean, I'm sure when I show my husband what I'm wearing, he's probably saying, where are you going? To a ball? We're just at home having a dinner party. But I love being extra. I've spoken about this before. I love to, you know, bring out the best china, you know, lay the table in a really beautiful way, put on something really beautiful to wear. And I feel like so often we save things for best, right? We're like, oh, well, I'm not going to wear that now because I'm saving it for this special occasion. And actually, I think there's something to be said for just bringing like luxury and beauty and extravagance into your daily life as much as possible if it makes you feel good. If you'd rather be like slumming it in yoga pants, I'm here for that as well. But for me personally, I love to wear things that make me feel amazing. And for me, it's been a big part of like raising my vibration and really kind of stepping into the woman that I want to be and creating the life that I want to live. It's really being about thinking, how can I start to embody that version of me now? So even, you know, prior to me living in this beautiful house, back when I was, you know, building my business and I was living in a teeny tiny flat with a gazillion housemates, and, you know, we lived in the living room of this flat in London. Now my husband, but that back then he was my boyfriend. We lived on a sofa bed for like 4 years. So I certainly wasn't in the most high vibe, you know, environment, but I would do whatever I could to make the best and the most of whatever I had. So I would do things like, you know, buy a beautiful scented candle or buy fresh flowers to kind of make my environment feel more high vibe. Or I would go and I would spend the day at a hotel in London. I would get a coffee or I'd get a water and I would take my laptop and I would work from there, and it would make me feel as if I was, you know, staying in this hotel. So it's all about, you know, embodying that future version of you right now, even if your life right now may not necessarily look, you know, that luxurious, that high vibe. But yes, right now I am here for embracing all of it. And I love to be extra, and to be honest, like, I feel like if somebody tells you too much, be more. So yes, so I will share a few little snippets of the dinner party, and yes, I will chat with you guys again soon. Hello ladies. So I have, bear with me 2 seconds because I can hear a little doggy. Let's see who's there. Oh, hello, Betty. Say hello to everybody. Do you want to say hello to everybody? This is Betty. I know where she's trying to go. She's trying to get onto my bed. Yes, so I have not really managed to pick up my camera and record much this week, mainly because so last week here in Spain it was kind of like an extended bank holiday. So the Wednesday, Thursday and Friday the kids were all off school and nursery, and we had family over to visit, and then they went back in on the Monday. I'm just going to put my coffee down, by the way. That is cutest little mug. They all went back into school onto the Monday, and we were cheering them out the door. No, I mean, it was good to get them back in because yeah, our family left, and then we kind of had lots of things that we needed to do work-wise. So we were just quite busy with that. We've got some quite exciting projects happening work-wise over the next year, and yeah, so we were just going. Sorry, I cut you guys off by accident. So yes, we've been kind of catching up with work things. I managed to squeeze in a lovely shopping trip with my mum. We did some last minute, well, not that last minute actually, some Christmas shopping, and then it was me, my mum and my youngest daughter, Cece. She's at home at the moment. She's not in any nursery yet, so she came with us. And we went to, it's called the Beverly Cafe in El Corte Inglés. So El Corte Inglés is like our big sort of shopping department here. It's in Puerto Banús, and where I do most of my shopping basically. We're not blessed with the best shopping here in Spain, not in comparison to the UK, but they've got like lots of different cafes in there, and they have a new cafe called Beverly Cafe, which is very pink, very pink, and yeah, a really cool design. So we had a lovely lunch there, which was nice. And yeah, the rest of the week, it's just really been catching up on work bits. I have been at Pilates this morning, hence why I am now in a towel and have washed my hair. And yeah, Pilates is something I have been doing for, I'd say, not just over a year. I've been doing it for about 6 months. I've done it previously, but since we've moved here, I hadn't really been doing a huge amount of exercise. And so I thought I need to get back into something. And I absolutely loved Reformer Pilates back in the UK. So I've found a great place that does it here. And I've started to have private lessons a couple of times per week. And I absolutely love it. And actually, when I was in my session today, something I really sort of noticed in this session, how much stronger I've got, and how much more flexible I've got. And it's so lovely to kind of see that progression. It's like slow and steady progression, but just to see how far I've come from when I first started, and just how much stronger I feel in my body. And it's kind of the same as well with paddle. So paddle is something that I've taken up here in Spain since I've moved here. I've been doing that for just over a year, and all of a sudden it seems like things are clicking together. When I first started playing paddle, it's kind of like, for those of you who don't know, it's kind of a bit of a mix between tennis and squash, I guess. I could barely even hit the ball over the net when I first started. And yeah, I wasn't very good. And now I just all of a sudden feels like it's really clicked into place. And we play these like mini tournaments every week. And I actually won Queen of the Court, which I don't know how I did it. And yeah, again, it's kind of this feeling of accomplishment from starting something and being the beginner and not being very good at the beginning, and just seeing your progression. And I think there's so much that we can learn from this. I think often there's this feeling of like we want to be good at something straight away, or we're scared of being rubbish, or we take things too seriously, and therefore we don't allow ourselves to enjoy being the beginner. And when we don't enjoy being the beginner, it holds us back from starting new things, or we procrastinate on doing things, or we try too much to be this, perfectionist, or try and, be perfect before we are allowing ourselves to put ourselves out there, for example. And I think this really stagnates our growth. I think if we can just allow ourselves to have fun being the beginner a little bit more, and, laugh at making mistakes, don't take failure so seriously. Don't take, making mistakes so seriously. It doesn't always mean like the end of the world if we make a mistake, or if we fall over, or if we do something that just we think other people will laugh at. If we can be a little bit more playful in how we approach life, I think this can get us much further. So yeah, I've been thinking about this a lot recently, because I'm somebody that I wanted everything to look perfect before I would do things. So for example, if I was telling myself, I'm going to start getting back into yoga again, I would say, well, I need to have a new yoga kit. I need to get a new yoga mat. I need to have, find a really beautiful studio to go and do it in. When really, I could have just decided there and then that I was going to start. The circumstances didn't need to be perfect for me to start. I could have just started with, on the floor in front of me, with what I was wearing. And I think we sometimes put all of this extra pressure and expectation on ourselves when we're at the beginning of a journey. And I think if we release a little bit of that pressure by just having fun being the beginner, allow for things to be messy, allow for you to make mistakes, to get things wrong, and be a little bit more playful with that. As I said, it allows us to start new things and for it to feel a little bit more fun. And actually, whilst we're kind of on this topic, me even creating this video now and being back on YouTube, I think a big reason why I haven't really done anything here consistently for such a long time is, well, first of all, I think I was getting so overwhelmed with what do I want my YouTube channel to be? Because I've already got my podcast, which is my kind of platform for sharing my wisdom. And I was kind of doing these videos on YouTube where I sat in front of the camera and it was almost feeling a little bit unnatural, and I kind of wasn't really liking when I was watching them back. I was sort of cringing a little bit, and it felt so like sterile and not so relaxed, because I was trying to create this kind of perfect script where I wanted to, deliver this perfect speech and deliver this wisdom, and, create this, perfectly poised video to share. And it was just really, I was finding it really difficult. And I think I wasn't allowing things to be messy. And I think now I am just embracing the fact that I don't really know where I'm going with this YouTube channel. Even now, I'm probably waffling on a little bit, but I'm just going to take the steps and see what starts to unravel as I start to create things. And this is a reminder that we don't have to have it all figured out in the beginning. We don't have to be good at the beginning. We're meant to be a bit rubbish. We're meant to learn as we grow, and progress is better than perfection. And I think that's what I want to remind you of, that progress is always going to be better than perfection. You don't need to be perfect to start. As you start taking those steps, the steps in front of you are going to become clearer. They're going to become easier. You are going to get better. But that only happens if you allow yourself to mess up and fall at the beginning, and celebrate the times that you fall, celebrate the times that you get things wrong. I was playing a match, going back to paddle, I was playing a match with somebody, and one of the nicest things I think somebody has ever said to me, she was like, oh, I just love playing with you because you've got such fun energy. And she was like, I love how you find it so funny when you lose. And I was like, I absolutely love that. And it was true, because the paddle tournament, we're all beginners. It's supposed to be fun, but some ladies take it very, very seriously, and they get very upset if they don't win and if they do lose, and if they get partnered with somebody that is worse than them. And I think, well, what's the point? We're supposed to be doing this for fun. It's not about winning. It's not about getting to the end goal. It's supposed to be we're here just to have a good time. And if I do a ball, sometimes I hit the ball and it's like, where is this ball going? Probably to the moon. I laugh about it. If I'm not laughing, what's the point of even being there? So when she said that to me, I was like, oh, that is a really nice thing to say. But I think it's true. We need to have this lightness in how we approach life and how we approach challenges, and the things that feel scary. If we can find humor in, those scary things, we're going to take on challenges with much more grace and resilience. So yes, that is my words of wisdom for today. I am getting ready now because my husband and I are going to go for a lunch together, just the two of us. I say that, I think we're going to take Cece with us, and hang out with her as well. We've had a busy sort of week, 10 days with family visiting, and although my husband and I work together, so he's in the business with me, he is the glue that keeps our teams together. So he kind of manages all of our teams and has sort of the check-in meetings with our teams. So our sales team, our ads team, our marketing team, just to kind of get updates on where we're at, and what needs changing. And so my husband and I, we work together. So we are together all the time, we're constantly talking, but it's having that intentional time, just the two of us, where we're not talking about work, we're not talking about the kids, and we're just kind of, we're just relaxed together. And we do this quite regularly, but recently we've kind of had very sort of busy time with renovating the house and family visiting. So I felt like we kind of needed just a little lunch, a little kind of time together. Betty, what's the matter? ¿Qué pasa, Betty? I can see her little tail waggling. Where is she? Where is she? Where are you? And it is a really nice day today as well. Let me see if I can just turn the camera around to show you. So this is I don't know if you can see, there we go. It's a really gorgeous day today. It's a little bit chilly, I mean not chilly by UK standards, but it's kind of like a perfect weather day. So yeah, we're gonna find somewhere nice to eat. And yeah, and just sort of hang out together before we pick the kids up from school. I've just noticed as well, this balloon. Our house is full of these balloons. I set up this grotto for the kids in the playroom with all of these helium balloons, and they've just gone wild with them, so they're everywhere. So yes, that is my, and maybe we'll take Betty with us as well, because she's looking like she wants to have a trip somewhere. Maybe she wants to show you her Christmas bandana. Want to show them your Christmas bandana? There we go. Very cute.